does not slow down though. So
yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't.
If you
it never slows down.
If you need to take a piss, you're probably just missing a little bit of an action scene. You can go out and take a piss.
I was gonna say, if you want to take a piss and you're waiting for it to slow down,
it's not gonna slow down.
You're gonna piss yourself.
Yeah,
just piss yourself. It's fine. Hi, welcome to Buddy Seat. I'm your host, William Patrick Coleman.
I'm Joseph Guy Mead. Today we're going to be reviewing the movie Mad Max Fury Road.
Mad Max Fury Road starring Tom Hardy, Nicholas Hoult, Charlize Theron, and Hugh Keys-Byrne. They called it a reboot, a complete reboot, not a sequel.
Well, because this movie is fucking nuts.
It's a completely different feel. It's on a complete different level. It's definitely updated to the type of action we're used to today.
It's nuts. The whole movie, it's nonstop. It doesn't stop. It stops like 4 times.
Yeah.
I am awaited in Valhalla!
Charlize Theron's character, Furiosa, who kidnaps these 4 wives of Joe, who's the main villain of the movie, and Mad Max gets caught up in this whole chase, and he helps out Furiosa, helps her try to get away.
In a post-apocalyptic world in which people fight to the death, Max teams up with a mysterious woman, Furiosa, to try and survive.
We made a deal up ahead. Safe passage. I don't know if it's still any good. Get back in the hole. Keep the hatch open.
The movie's about 95% action, intense, non-stop action, and then it's about 5% plot.
Yeah,
which not that that's a bad thing, because it never slows down ever. It never slows down. Once it starts, it never slows down, and then when it slows down, it's really slow, because comparatively to the action, it's so over the top, and it's such, I called it, beautifully constructed, choreographed disaster and chaos. Oh. It's wonderful the way it's planned out, the way the fights are planned out, and it's all on the road.
How did you feel about the movie?
You know, I went through a weird process, and about the span of an hour after I left it, I first was like, well, okay, that was really fun, and then I was like, well, I've never seen a movie like that before, and I might never ever see a movie like that again. There's probably many reasons why. And then three, it was like, you know what? It was fucking awesome.
It was.
It's fucking awesome.
See, I didn't go through the hour process.
Yeah,
I thought it was fucking awesome. The whole way through, I'm like, this movie is fucking great. I really hope it doesn't end. It was excellent. I had no problem with the movie. I'm going to say this is the best action movie I've ever seen. I liked Furious 7. Like, I thought it was really a fun movie, but compared to the action in this movie, Furious 7 looks like a kid's Peter Pan.
I just wasn't prepared, because I thought that it was going to have the same type of pacing, and it really didn't. It gets really, really intense and really, really crazy, and then boom, it's pretty slow, and everybody are talking for about 4 or 5 minutes before it gets back on the road. It's really, really crazy.
Like
really, really
4 or 5
intense.
Minutes though. It's not slow where you're bored.
I know, exactly.
Development.
Exactly, and even the car chase itself, and even the chasing itself it's basically an hour and a half car chase. Yeah. It's an hour and a half intense car chase in the desert.
But it's crazy.
But it's crazy. You'll never see anything like this at all.
It's so good.
I really hope it finds an audience 30 years later. I don't necessarily... How did you feel about Tom Hardy as Max?
I thought he was great. He has, like, barely any lines.
I was kind of surprised about that, too.
He's got, like, 4... He's like... I don't want to say 4 lines,
They really gave Theron a lot.
He doesn't talk at all. Like, yeah, man. It's... He has, like,
but his
one
presence
line
is
every
felt.
now and then. Oh, yeah, no, he's badass.
He's badass.
He's fucking... It's crazy. It's
yeah. What'd you think about Charlize Theron?
She was good. I mean, she barely talked too. I mean, when she did, she had most of the dialogue in the movie, but she barely talked as well. There's barely any talking. Most of it, you hear engines and crashes.
You want to hear something interesting? I'm going to give you a bunch of trivia throughout this episode. A year ago, we released our very first Buddy Seat episode. Do you remember what movie it was for?
No, I don't want to remember.
A Million Ways to Die in the West, starring Charlize Theron. True fact, she wore a wig in A Million Ways to Die in the West because she had just got off the set of Mad Max Fury Road. Oh. True story.
That movie sucks, so...
Yeah, well, she completely made up for it a year later.
Yeah.
The villain, Immortan Joe, who is played by Hugh Keys-Byrne, was actually used in the very first Road Warrior movie as toe cutter. So they reused him. I'm assuming that's why they cover his face.
All right, so what are you going to rate it?
Pick G8.
G8.
G8, right? Almost to the center there. Where would you be?
I'm buddy seat.
You're giving it a buddy seat.
Giving it a buddy seat.
That's a big deal, guys.
One other movie a buddy seat, and that's Dawn of the Apes.
That's a big deal, guys. If you were to base it off of what we were saying, according to him, it's not even a question. Put your money down and see this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I find this trivia more interesting than anything. It was shot in sequence. It was shot in order.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're in the desert. Why not?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense because the true trick of these movies is how in depth you follow everybody through these car chases.
You can follow us on Twitter at BuddySeat. You can email us at the.buddy.seat@gmail.com. We have a Facebook page, Buddy Seats. You can follow him on Twitter. He's that way. You follow him on Twitter at TheWombCole. And you can follow me on Twitter at @you_need_mead.
Thanks for joining us for Buddy Seat. You're looking forward to a huge, fun-filled action summer, starting with Avengers and Mad Max. Hopefully Jurassic World and Terminator.
They're both going to be awesome.
Hopefully they'll...
He thinks Jurassic World's going to suck.
I'm worried it's going to suck, yeah.
It's not going to suck.
Well, Mad Max didn't suck, so...
So ya thought ya might like to go to the show. I